Happy holidays, everyone. Seeing as how it's winter, I decided to make some Arthur episode reviews on some winter-themed episodes. I decided to start with reviewing the episode Best Wishes. I hope you enjoy this video, and comment down below if you have a suggestion for a future video I could make. Also, remember to like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get straight to the video. The episode starts out with George on stage in front of a bunch of people. Okay, fine, it's only 5 people, but whatever. For George, it's like he's performing at Madison Square Garden. Anyways, George is talking about wishes and the different ways to make wishes, such as wishing on your birthday, shooting stars, and eyelashes? You guys seriously still wish on eyelashes? Your logic must be stuck in the 19th century. George asks the audience if they wonder if their wishes would come true, but he runs out of time. Then after the title card, Buster, Francine, and Binky are waiting for snowflakes so they can make a wish. And at first they thought they were predicting the weather, but that would be dumb because it's 2014 and the weather app would have been out for 7 years now. Oh right, these kids are only 8. They don't have phones yet. Well, except for the spoiled brat. Buster then catches some lint that he originally mistook for a snowflake. Binky says that wishes never come true, which may be true in his world. Then everyone starts to head inside, but George then sees a snowflake and catches it. He runs through the hallway announcing that he made the wish, but ends up disrupting class. When everyone walks out of school at the end of the day, it's snowing, and everyone's really excited. Buster is really proud of George, but George is like, what? Understandably, Binky still doesn't believe in wishing.
Wishing for snow in January is like wishing for a pop quiz in Mr. Ratburn's class.
Who will be wishing for a pop quiz? Also, why are you walking with your eyes closed? Buster, Binky, and Francine then find some dandelions on the ground. Just then, George walks by and they all blow on the dandelions to make a wish. Everyone except George wishes for snow. However, George wishes for cupcakes because he's hungry. However, as they continue walking, they run into a man holding a tray of cupcakes. And everyone is shocked that George's wish came true. Although I'm sure the cupcakes were just a coincidence. But hey, if it's not a coincidence, then... does anyone know where Elwood City is located? The next day at lunch, Binky and Francine are still confused. Muffy then asks a sensible question for once in her life.
Why was it only George's wish that came true?
What do they even put in this cafeteria food? The bread literally just banged on the table. Binky then says that George has wish mojo according to Buster. Speaking of which, Buster has to guide George to the lunch table because now everyone has heard of George's wishing powers. And now Buster has to defend George from the eager elementary schoolers. So now everyone's treating George like he's a king. Then they tell George that he should come to Jenna's birthday party that weekend and make her birthday wish for her. Binky even bribes George with pudding, one of which he stole from LaDonna. What is it with you and pudding, Binky? Anyways, George now feels pressured, and that night he has a nightmare where he's officially the Wisher King. In his nightmare, George is inside an icy cave with Buster, Binky, and Francine, and there's a bunch of angry penguins waiting outside the cave. And the reason they're angry is because there's no snow. Buster tells George to make snow, and George wishes for snow, but it still doesn't snow. The penguins then become angry, and George yells that it isn't his fault. Luckily for George, though, he snaps out of his nightmare. The next weekend, George reluctantly goes over to Jenna's party. George is about to make the wish, but then Prunella stops him. Prunella tells him that you can't make a wish for someone else. Then George is about to leave, however, Buster is determined to make this wish. He brings George to the wishing well, which is completely frozen over. George flips the coin and makes the wish, and now they all leave feeling relieved. Now all they have to do is wait. Then one day, George wakes up and it's snowing. So everyone's now just enjoying their snow day, and even Bud and DW get in on the action. But you have to remember that they're only in preschool, so they still get half a day anyways. Binky, Francine, and Buster all hover around George to thank him for the snow. But it turns out George didn't actually wish for snow, because he got all flustered and forgot to. Okay, at least now he's speaking up for himself because Buster, Binky, and Francine were really pressuring him earlier. However, Francine doesn't even care why it snowed. She's just glad it did. And nor do Binky and Buster care. Wait, you guys were the ones pressuring him to wish for snow, and now you don't even care? George then tells Buster that what he actually wished for is to have a great rest of the year. And I actually wish for that too. I hope that we all have a great 2025, and I hope you guys have a great 2025 as well. Anyways, then the kids just start playing around in the snow and having a good time. Oh, it's gonna snow tonight. Everybody just have a good time. And the sun ain't gonna shine. We just want a snowfall. That's all. So that's the end of the episode, guys. And this is also technically the end of this video. But one thing I noticed is that Arthur isn't even in this episode. He only appears in the intro. And that's weird because I thought this show is called Arthur. And he's not even in most of this episode. But that's all I had to say for right now. So anyways, thanks for watching. And the video's over now. So see you guys next time. I hope you liked the video.